Works to me. I mean, the call, I mean. All bets are off if the streams are actually up. Because it's like fucking pelting with diamond rain over here. Alright, sure. Oh shit. Oh shit, oh shit.
There's a song title in Cuphead.
Oh. I had desktop audio muted by accident.
Wow! Yeah, the stream's kind of late because... well, one,
Did you fall asleep?
I was angry. No, I was angry about driving. Also, hello, Biggs. I was angry about driving,
Hello,
so I wanted to
Biggs.
cool off. And then I'm like, well, what do I want to stream today? And then I'm like, just Salmon Run. And I'm like, but I gotta stream something else. So
You don't gotta.
friend of the stream, Deku, did a Hat in Time recently, a stream of that. So I watched the VOD of that, hoping that it would kind of inspire me to want to do mod levels. And it was a good stream, let's be honest. But still nothing. So I don't know. I'm not feeling motivated. It's weird.
You said, let's be honest, like I was somehow going to object to this. I reject your notions of Deku's stream quality. Yes, I've never watched it.
I mean, I think I've been just saying that a lot. Okay, Savage Joey, I'll take it. You had the thing, incidentally? Fuck.
Hello, Nadal. What's that?
You had the thing?
The thing, though.
Thing? Really? The thing? The thing?
No,
You gotta get
I don't
that
have it.
thing. Do you know that Cat Planet turned 10 recently?
Is it an actual cat, though?
No, you idiot. It's the game.
Okay.
I showed you Cat Planet, right?
I mean, I remember you showing like a one-off, I think, image from something called it, but I don't know what it is.
Oh,
If it's an
shit,
animation
okay,
or
we
anything
gotta
or
put
what.
that down. Kinda like how I had mentioned Conjun House to Luke on the weekend, and he's like, I never watched Conjun House. I'm like, this shit's right up your alley.
Content House is very good. So.
Episode 2 is still my favorite. So if you've never watched Conjun House, at least watch episode 2.
I think my favorite is still the advert one in like the season 2 opener.
And there's also Return of Jafar.
It's also very good.
This can't... Or I planted bombs under the floorboards. This can't be! You're right, because this is C4. Such a good line.
Oh, there was the teacher one in I think season 3. They were a crook the whole time. I have solved the problem, which is to say, if I were a cop, which I'm not, I'm a murderer. Something like that. It's just so fucking good.
Yeah, I don't know if Luke will be a always weekend thing. His work depending, or my work depending, but who knows? Maybe I'll just be deceased then.
I mean, I've been assuming that's the case. See, I guess makes Saturday like prime time, my stream time, I guess.
One day of the week. But that's not true. I'm also gone for most of the
No.
But
Yeah, and also like depends on your dogs and if we have stamina or not.
yeah. I gave him Banjo-Kazooie like 8 years ago and he never played it, but I think now's the time. Next week is the time. So
Like what, on Xbox or on
What?
Nintendo 64?
on the
or what?
N64.
Okay.
Also, he never finished Conker's Bad Fur Day, so maybe that'll be a thing too. Ow!
You've just forsaken my attempt at educating you in games to educate someone else in games.
Yeah, more or less, huh? I'm sorry, Nier. Maybe one day. There's a lot more Persona 5 art nowadays, at least.
It's 'cause the anime's airing. By the way, you should probably get on that before someone posts like the end spoiler and go like, "Oh, look at this fun joke."
Persona 5 protagonist is so hot. Look at him in the final episode. And I'll be like, yeah.
And it's just the final boss in the background.
Still true. I was gonna ask, is the final boss X, but like, what would I gain out? What would I gain out of that question? Nothing.
Yeah. I mean, I could probably directly. Hello, kitty cat. What do you mean? I could probably directly explain the final boss to you, and it still won't make any fucking sense anyway. So you just don't have the context for any of it.
It's not as cool as Kirby bosses, though.
Did you know Kirby bosses are kind of
Kirby has lore! I'm kind of thinking, though, if I want to stream something else, beating the true arena in that new Kirby game with every character, it's kind of something I want to do and grind out because I'm weird and like to grind stuff out like that. But I have to play through the main game first, and I'm like, I could be doing Odyssey or Banjo-Kazooie with Luke instead of playing the main game with Kirby, so...
We are probably going to lose.
Nonsense. Just Kirby is a thing.
Also, I have the bamboozler, so just like fuck my entire life.
Ow. Oh yeah, the bit sale! If you have Twitch Prime, you can get 500 bits, which is $5. A little over $5.
Are you being paid to advertise this?
No, you know, bits. It's good to have bits. Good to be a little bit. You know? Whatever that means.
Whatever that means.
Wow. That thing wasn't even touching me.
I tried.
It's good to be back. Bitch. Yeah, sorry. Let me start over. There was huge video game news recently. A huge announcement. Absolutely ginormous. The size of this announcement. So big.
Now, you're being sarcastic, but it kind of is pretty big.
That I legitimately stayed up 5 hours past my bedtime to watch it.
Wait, when were you going to sleep that day? I'm pretty sure
I'm referencing the people in Europe that did that and were disappointed. Sorry, European people.
I mean, like Sega Europe began talking up, so it's like, okay, worldwide release, and then like the Shenmue account like retweeted both like Sega Japan and Sega Europe talking about it and said this is gonna be big. It's kind of like it's we know, like it's just immediately called when you see that.
None of the...
So yeah, Shenmue 1 and 2 are being done up for PlayStation 4 and I think Xbox One and PC.
Of course PC.
You say of course PC,
of course
but it's not
PC.
always.
Yeah,
already I hear the cries of when Switch, and the answer is probably never.
I kind of wish they, like, the people who were talking about, like, oh, you should watch this Sega announcement, like, said it was going to be in all Japanese. That threw me for a loop.
I mean, you know, like, that's why you do the preliminary research on what the event itself is.
If you didn't know any Japanese and had no connection to the internet, you wouldn't know what that piece of cloth that said there's a new Sakura Wars game coming out.
You kind of would, because he kept saying Sakura Tyson.
But
he said Shin Sakura Tyson.
A new game is coming out.
Shin literally is the word for it.
I don't know any Japanese! That's what I just said! You bitch! You know, I had the benefit of having you on Discord to be like, what's this cloth? Well, actually, I made fun of the cloth, and then I asked, what's this cloth?
I mean, like, that's not like that uncommon a word to know. Like, the newest Godzilla movie was released in the West, like everywhere, as Shin Godzilla.
I don't know what that means, even after you've just explained it.
New Godzilla.
What's so new about him? Shin Mario Bros. U. Is that what it was called?
No, that was called New Super Mario Bros.
In Japan?
Yep.
Okay, that's a bit weird.
Universal branding.
Gonna ask to play? I mean, I don't know. When I did my solo 600...
If you want to play, like, fucking go for
I had
it.
my solo 600. My teammates were actually pretty alright. So...
I mean, the other thing is that also, because you're not directly playing with friends, the difficulty is modulated down.
Is that how that works?
Yep, like, it gets modulated up a notch every single... Like, for each new friend you add to your party. Which is, if you might have noticed, why it suddenly goes to shit when we introduced 3, and like the rare times we have 4, it's like, oh, we're fighting for our fucking lives.
Where's the source on this?
They literally wrote observation.
That's not confirmation.
What else are like the 120 plus episodes in your goddamn channel for? Heck, join is fucking fun. Why not? I mean,
yeah, no
unless
Sonic.
you don't find it fun.
Sorry. If there was gonna be
I don't know why anyone was expecting.
If there was gonna be a Sonic game, they would have said there's gonna be a Sonic announcement.
They would have just.
Also,
yeah,
they just announced the Sonic thing. Like, I don't even know when they announced that yellow cretin and
Here
Mighty.
Here comes Nobel.
But they did. Fuck, dude. There we go. I made up for it. Alrighty, this sucks. Oh my god.
Oh, I tried.
What the fuck?
Tried.
Everyone's dead.
Yep.
But you can give a little boost. Use the boost to get through. God damn it.
That's like 2 snakes and I'm stuck in ink.
Well,
Jesus.
yeah, they announced Sega Ages, which is just a bunch of old Sega game ports, which are already everywhere, so no one's really too psyched about that, right?
Not really. Like, some of them, like, they did this on the 3DS as well, and some of them were neat, like arcade perfect ports of, like, Space Harrier, which is actually pretty rad, because there's no, like, literally perfect match 1-to-1 for the arcade versions until then.
Oh yeah.
Like, not even emulation, so, like, that was pretty cool.
I have to mention...
The same guys are doing these games, so they'll be perfect ports, but, yeah.
I had to mention, though, I know literally nothing about Sega. I didn't even know they bought Atlas until people were saying Persona 5 news.
You didn't?
I didn't, and I think my Sega knowledge is Sonic, Puyo, and Hatsune Miku. Those are the big 3. Yakuza, that's another one. And then everything in the Sonic and Sega racing games. That's my knowledge on Sega. That's it.
Alright then. Well, Shenmue was
okay.
basically...
No, hold on. I understand Shenmue now too. But like,
okay.
You know, that's not big on my list. It's big on apparently everyone else's list. Actually, apparently not. Like, this is the first... I thought everyone loved Shenmue, and then now that this was announced, everyone's saying, oh, it's just like a tiny subset of, you know, not Rabbit fans, but, you know.
I mean, it always was, because Shenmue never sold that much. It's the Earthbound thing, where like more people say they love it than I have actually fucking played this.
Is that
thing.
true?
Yeah, that's distinctly true.
I've heard Earthbound a lot more than Shamu.
Well, that's the thing. Like Nintendo fans are always just louder and whinier, and they are.
You fool! Don't you dare disgrace me. I mean, as long as they didn't announce Billy Hatcher 2. Which they didn't.
Should've,
Thank
though.
God.
They really should have, though.
I mean, okay, they could have improved it, but
It didn't need improving, it was fine in the beginning.
that's like actually not true at all.
It is
You
perfect.
fool, you can't just say you don't. Billy Hatcher isn't even like one of your favorite games. You can't even
It's
pretend
not,
to
but
super
it's
advocate
still funny.
for a flawed game like that.
I mean, I did really like it when I was a kid.
When did you last play Billy Hatcher and the Giant Egg?
I think actually 10 years
Yeah,
ago.
okay. How about you replay that and then come back to me about Billy Hatcher? Now that you understand what monotony is.
I mean, I always understood what monotony
Bad
was.
controls.
I always understood what that was as well.
I think that this guy thinks that he's a smarter kid than he was. He thinks he was a boy genius.
No, I just realized that, you know, by the time I had got a GameCube, I was like already beginning to reach like the formative years of my critical understanding of video games.
At the age of 3.
14.
That's not a kid. Nani? That's not
That's
a
when
kid.
That's when I last played Billy Hatcher.
Oh my god. Yeah, I guess you did say 10 years ago, huh? Do the math.
Yeah, I did.
Or something 10 years ago. Alright, never mind, I already said Banjo. But,
I mean, that's a good example. It's like, I keep hearing people, especially around like when Ukulele came out, going like, oh, Nintendo 64 platforms were never good, you just have nostalgia. I went back and I played, like, Super Mario 64 and Banjo-Kazooie on, like, my actual N64, and I was like, what do you know?
No one said
They're
that.
still fucking good. No,
No
they
one
did.
said that.
Reviewers did. No, they did. Lots of reviewers did for Ukulele. Like, I mean, a lot of them who, like, rated negative, like, all these games actually always sucked. They're not modern. They're all bad. They were never good.
You were the guy.
And it's kind of like,
you're the guy
no.
that says reviewers shouldn't ever be listened to at all.
Yeah, I know. But I also just like to fucking prove people wrong, because other people start trumpeting that shit and go like, oh, see, the reviewers said it, so it's right. And it's kind of like, no, you stupid cunt. It's not right. Like, things just don't retroactively become bad just because you don't like a new thing.
Wrong Sonic games.
Oh, you didn't let Novella in.
Oh yeah, that's the thing, huh? But he should know by now, honestly.
You can't have Novella.
Can't be offended by that at this point.
I think you can.
Because it was never antagonistic in the first place.
I mean, granted, at the rate this is going, that won't take very long.
That reminds me. I referenced, you know the line where Sonic's like, and I'm gonna slam dunk it in there in Sonic Adventure 2?
I don't, but alright.
I did that with a carton of orange juice into a recycling bin. And then that led to him actually buying Sonic Adventure 2 later that day. Which is like, alright. Whatever, dude. I'm just kind of killing the horde. I'm not even going for the thing. It's probably.
I don't know what the thing is.
Probably right here. Yep.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, I'm not very well versed on Sega, so pretty much anything they were gonna announce here wasn't gonna.
I had a Mega Drive when I was a kid, and we like had like a Dreamcast for like a point. So my brother got it off a friend, and then so I played a number of games there.
So you're gonna get the Mega Drive Mini?
No, because it's made by a renowned complete shithouse manufacturer of like bad, like all-in-one mini console things. I forget their name, but like they made like a version of this already essentially, and it was so shithouse. Like the games didn't run right. Like it was tacky and cheap and it fell apart in moments.
Maybe they weren't. Also, get off of my turf, you bitch. I have the sniper. I'm shooting in rows. You go fling your stupid paintbrush somewhere else. But yeah, not many people were psyched about the Mega Drive announcement.
Mega Drive Mini, yeah.
That's a good name for it though, with Mega and Mini. It reminds me of Mario Party 4.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's essentially the Genesis if you didn't know, because I didn't know. So.
No, the Genesis is essentially the Mega Drive. Is the correct way to say it.
I don't know. Was Sega
Sega's biggest market was actually always Europe.
Was Sega a piece of shit to Nintendo outside of American commercials?
What do you mean?
Like, you know, Sega does what Nintendo don't.
There was a bit of that, but it was like at its worst in America.
Yeah, that's where like Sega and the Genesis are like the biggest memes. So
yeah, but that doesn't actually mean anything.
It just means it's more recognizable.
Oh, like Sega's. I mean, yeah, to you, but like when we say like in terms of what name should take precedence, it's the one that more people know.
Gets used to it, so. Ha ha! See you, idiot. Let's wait for I was gonna burn my thing. Yeah, and then they announced Shenmue remasters. I don't know. I mean. Probably not, honestly. I didn't even say.
I'm gonna
Probably
get it. I never
not
actually
gonna-
played Shenmue 2.
But I'm not.
But I'm
not against it. I was just kind of expecting like it's kind of like the same game. I was expecting like a remaster, but then it was like
No,
the
like-
blocky ass graphics, and I'm like, all right, I see how it is.
Well, I mean, I actually find that far preferable to a remaster. Like, that's just how I prefer it. Like, if you're just going to do it, like, just put the resolutions up and just let it have their game as it was. I really like that they're even including, like, the classic, completely fucking stupid original control scheme and the hilariously cosmic original English dub.
I mean, at least unlike Dark Souls, apparently, you can't get this anywhere else, really. So, you know, it's all right. Whereas with Dark Souls, you can still get the original, which apparently just looks better, and people really care about that. I learned after Crash that people really care about these things. Oh, and Sonic Adventure DX, that's another big one, that people really care about these things. Meanwhile, I don't give a fucking shit. The lighting's a bit weird. Oh, okay. As long as I don't, you know, bounce on an egg and then fall off the ledge without the egg, I'm fine. Fuck you, Billy Hatcher!
I think you were just shit
I
out.
hate that kid. I hate him.
We're not sticking with it. There is like there are like customizable controls, and there is like a recommended modern control scheme.
Yeah.
But like the original one is included as like a preset you can just go to, which is I like. You know, like I'm not gonna fucking use it, but I like that it's there.
Oh, that sucks. Not the controls. Hey, it's Mendez. Yeah, it's like how the Nintendo Switch is a powerful console.
Alright, wait for Nobel.
Right. I was making fun of Luke about that, as was you, I think. I usually do that. It's like, of course the Nintendo's extremely powerful for what it is, but then I still like to say that it's bad. The new Donkers are so... New Donk City, though, they're so good. What else did Sega do? But I don't even know what fucking... Oh, I was really close to pressing that button.
Somehow I knew. It's like your mind just wandered from letting Novell in.
Yeah, because I'm here wondering what Sakura Wars is.
Sakura Wars is a tactical role-playing game that dawns from the Sega Saturn days. There's like been 5 main iterations. It's like a mix of tactical role-playing game and like visual novel dating sim.
Oh, thank God.
Where you and all your like various wives all pilot giant mechs and fight off monsters in them. And they're all themed like after a nation in the world. It's like there's a Japanese one, there's an American one, French one.
So this is
a new iteration in that series.
This is just boat girls, boat anime girls.
I mean, if they're mech pilot, like if they were mech pilots, yeah, and also from like actually 2 decades ago now.
It's semi-interesting, at least. I mean, I figured that the market is ripe for these kinds of games. I don't know why they didn't do it sooner.
Only one Sakura Wars game was ever released outside Japan. That was Sakura Wars 5 on the PS2 and Wii.
Why are you saying it like this?
I'm just because I'm trying to remember it.
Okay.
I'm sorry for like putting any sort of inflection in my voice.
The thing was you weren't. You weren't putting any inflection at all. You were like looking at, squinting at a list. It seemed like.
I'm trying to remember it as I like smack things in the face.
That makes sense. I see now. But yeah. 5
was localized by Nipponichi Software America, and this I didn't actually get it. I don't even remember if it actually released in Europe, because I remember the PS2 version I think didn't. I don't know if the Wii version ever did.
Knowing how Europe was in that era,
Probably not. Yeah.
It makes sense that Sega bought Atlas then. Just don't release games in Europe.
Well, I mean, first Sega never intended to release Sakura Wars 5 in America either, so like a different company entirely had to pick it up to do it. But
do we even know if that game is being localized?
The new one?
Yeah.
No.
Do we even know what game it is? Do we know?
We know literally nothing about it except the fact that it exists and details are coming.
It's gonna be
in
a mobile
month's
game.
time.
I'm calling it.
I don't think it is actually.
Chris, please
So,
don't
like,
say that. You're gonna jinx it. It's gonna be a mobile game.
No, because like I don't think it is, because Sega actually aren't that big on like mobile games like that. I also say this because of like there was a Virtual On game, which was one of the other series they showed there that they haven't given too much attention to until, you know, for ages now. A Virtual On released for like PS4 in Japan only like a few months ago, but it was also like a tie-in of like an anime series, that Real Dex thing.
It's gonna be
And
a
the thing,
Shingo game. No, Mendez, you're thinking of
Konami.
you're thinking of Goemon.
Yeah, that's absolutely gonna be one.
Poor Goemon.
Like, that is going to be a mobile game or a pachinko game. One of the two. There's no in
I
between.
watched the SNES one, and other than, you know, the shitty old game difficulty,
I played that as a kid.
other than the shitty old game difficulty, it looked really fucking good, and the music is banging, but there only are soundtracks for the N64 version out there. Why?
I played that as a kid because we had like a piracy system. Just play games off of floppy disks, so I had like fucking everything in the Super Nintendo library.
Scum.
I mean, it's not like they released it in Europe
I
anyway.
bet you pirated Billy Hatcher too. Actually, good.
No, I bought that.
Oh my god.
Because I saw like adverts for it on TV. I was like, oh my god, a video game ad on
Billy
TV?
Hatcher didn't even make top 10 most wanted series to come back, did it?
I don't know. I don't pay attention to that.
It was like on that giant list on the stream, right? And then Sakura Wars was #1. And Jet Set
No,
Radio.
they only showed like 5 of those.
No,
Didn't
they only did videos for that. I guess you missed
I don't even remember
the
5.
bottom 5. Like they had
It's
a
like-
sheet for the top 5, and then they had a sheet for the bottom 5. Can you? Look, are you seeing
Okay.
this?
Seeing what?
Well, there's some eggs by my cannon. Thanks, dude.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, they did like highlights for the top 5, but then they just like showed a little sheet of paper with the bottom 5 for like, you know. less
Yeah, I
than 30
remember. You're
seconds.
right. Yeah, and then they showed off like they showed like videos for like the top 4 or 3 or something like that. Maybe it's the top 3 because it's like Jet. I remember Jet Set. I remember Virtual On, and then there's Sakura Wars is #1.
Jet Set Radio fans are mad. They always are, but they're mad
always
after that one. Why wasn't it #1? We would have gotten a new game if it was #1.
I don't think they would have. Because historically, Sakura Wars has always actually sold pretty well in Japan and Asia.
I mean, it makes sense going by your description.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was interesting. Sega always struck me as like a very Japanese company. I don't know why. Is that weird to say? Maybe it's because of that Sonic VHS video that I saw.
I mean, the thing is that they were interesting because back when they were in the consoles, like they were in the big business and all that, they were actually kind of like of two minds. Like their American branch was like actually fairly independent and like separate from their Japanese one, and the Japanese branch back home didn't like that, which led to a lot of stupid driven decisions that really fucked over their own business and helped like facilitate their downfall.
That reminds me though. There were people thinking that there might have been a new system like the Genesis 2. It's like, come on, my dudes, no.
Nah,
Well, they were kind of
come
right.
on.
They are releasing a new console,
Not really. I wouldn't even call it that.
old new console. What am I doing? Yeah, my Sega is really bad. I was just kind of hoping for Puyo or Miku news, and I didn't get any of it, unfortunately.
There was Miku news recently. They're adding like a super extra hard difficulty mode to like 10 songs in the most recent Miku game, and like more songs as DLC, I think.
Well, that's good for the people who can play rhythm games.
I had one of my friends together on the weekend. One of them is like a nutcase who can play rhythm games, and he was showing us like this game called DJ Max Rhythm. No, DJ Max Respect. And
Respect? Max Respect?
yeah, it's called DJ Max
That's such a
Respect.
bad
Yeah,
name.
that's a fantastic name. And it was a fucking lunatic, and then he showed us him playing like Project Diva X, like the Miku game, and he like it's watching a goddamn machine. Like he's just fucking ridiculous.
I mean, I can't really say anything because there were times where
because he's pulling off like this fucking like 300 hit combos, like he's doing like 300 note streaks, like not even blinking. He's just talking just casually while he's doing it on like extreme, and it's just like, what the fuck are you? He's just a goddamn monster. It's amazing to watch. But yeah.
Like I can't even talk because I was kind of like that with Luigi. Because I didn't want to do anything in Odyssey for him, but Luigi's Balloon World is, you know, technically pointless. So I was like, here, let me hide a balloon, and then I fucking showed off all my sick tricks. And I'm like, fuck yeah. Except, you know me, if you visit any of my Odyssey leaderboard streams, it took a lot of resets, because I'm not actually that good, but when I got it, I felt like, you know,
yeah,
fucking great.
A friend encouraged me, even like, I am a goon who doesn't really play rhythm games. He's like, you know what, you should pick up like DJ Max and like learn it, because it's like, he says it's quite learnable and all that, and like also it's fucking hard, but he says it's a good progression thing. I'm like, you know what, why not? I might just do that at some point. Might try it at least anyway.
I tried like Love Live and the paper game, the game with the 2D
like,
graphics, and like
Love Live I couldn't really stick because it was on a touchscreen with my fingers, and it's like, I can't stand that because I'm just thumping my screen going like, I'm gonna put my fucking finger through this screen if I do this any harder to make this recognize what I'm doing.
What's with you when doing that? First Smash Bros. Now this.
That was an analog stick.
I know, that's even worse.
But no, like it's touchscreens just fucking hate me, I guess, because like even in Fire Emblem Heroes I have to like be insanely precise and specific with all my inputs, because otherwise it will just go like, alright, we're gonna put someone here and like just not actually initiate their skill, or this person is just gonna like move like completely the opposite direction of where you want them to go, because you know they could attack the target from another spot and we just prefer that spot instead. It's about you clicking up there, shit like that. It's like, fucking touchscreen games can go to hell.
Yeah, I can't play those. I've tried. I can't play those games because of my broken neck, more or less. I can't look down that long. Oh wait, it's high tide. Ah! But who knows? What if I didn't break my neck? What if I always sat in a chair? Where would I be now? Spending $1 million in Love Live? Maybe. I don't even know if I did anything there.
I hit the bamboozler with like all my being. This weapon is just objectively bad. Novell, your last breath. Oh. Where's our guy? There's our guy.
As much damage as I can, because you can like never one cycle those things.
Me then, it just rubs this giant metal cheek against you as it passes, and you just die instantly. There's 2 snakes and
I'm dead. Great.
Yeah, okay.
On my part. I mean, that wasn't even gonna fucking happen anyway. I think that was literally all the second news, those 4 things.
I mean, basically. When will Sega bring over a new Phantasy Star? I miss Phantasy Star, that was a good series.
I don't.
You never played it.
I don't even know what it is, so...
It's basically Sega's own, like, in-house Final Fantasy.
Wow, it even has the word fantasy in it.
Start with a PH.
Oh, I don't like that. Oh, I hate that.
Phantasy Star was great. It's mostly just MMO now. It's like Phantasy Star Online on the Dreamcast was really big.
Okay.
And now it's Phantasy Star Online 2, which
Sega...
Sega
Yeah.
won't release over here for some fucking
You
reason.
get used to it, really. Like, with those kinds of games, I'm just used to having English
You
wikis.
say that like you say that like nine more often than not they do come over
They
here.
come over
So like,
here,
God, you know
but
what?
like,
We like money.
they're 2 years behind, so that's pointless.
I mean, not really. Like I don't really give a shit about that. Like if the game's fun, I'll play it. I don't give a shit if I'm behind. It's like I want to play it for the game for myself. I don't give a shit about being in line with some players I'm never gonna play with.
It's just, I hate the idea of having less content.
Well, I mean, you don't really, because it'll keep coming back. It'll keep getting updated. And like Fantasy Star 2 is like free to play anyway, so the online 2, I should say. So there are Fantasy Star games that aren't demos. There's a PSP pair they brought over, and then they never brought over the Vita one, and I'm very upset about that.
Oh, I wonder why.
The PSP ones were very good.
How much dust do you think my Vita has on it?
I didn't know you had a Vita.
You didn't? That's how I played Danganronpa 1, and then I bought Danganronpa 2 on release, but never played it.
Oh, okay.
So I have the PS Vita version of Danganronpa 2 sitting here.
You should dig out your Vita and your charger and like play Persona 4 Golden in your
I actually have that. I bought it with it.
You should
but I
play
haven't
it.
played it. Maybe if I get a Vita TV after Persona 5.
I mean, those gotta be fucking dirt cheap now, right? Like, all you need is like a HDMI cable, like a DualShock 3, and you're good. Like, that's it. I think you might need like a HDMI splitter to like get past like content, like copyright protection shite. But you know, those are easy to
I
find.
already own one.
So I've seen people with like, oh, you have like the adapter then?
Oh, I mean, I have an HDMI splitter.
Alright, that will probably work. Like I noticed like a specific one I saw someone use and recommend, but I don't know if it's like any will do or just that specific one or what. Because there are people who have like Vita TV footage on YouTube and all that, and I'm like, I gotta poke into this because I got a Vita TV. It was 50 quid. And I was like, you know what? Fuck it. Why not? Replay Persona 4 Golden. You play Persona 4 Golden on that, and I was like, yep, it's actually quite good.
Why not port that very extremely popular game to a console that anyone has?
I mean,
You're too busy making fucking dancing games and giving the cat a Sonic costume.
yeah,
That's where the resources are going.
there's also there's like a Persona Q2 is in development from what we know.
It's the 3DS one, isn't it?
Persona Q was
CD.
the Etrian Odyssey 3DS game, yep. I have that, but never actually got around to playing it. My backlog extends to basically fucking every system I've ever owned. You first played it on the Vita, did you? Or PSP even?
100%.
What did you think?
Is also on that to-do list.
Haven't you already done that?
No, your to-do list.
No, it's
Yes,
not.
it is.
No, it's not.
Luke refuses to do Koopa free running, by the way. It makes me so
Fair
mad.
play to him, frankly.
He doesn't even know what it is. I think he just doesn't do it because I'm like, oh, Koopa free running.
Yeah, he's probably just like, this is gonna like be destructive to me.
No, he doesn't know what it is. I think he just does it to spite me.
I mean, he might at this point.
Like, he hasn't touched one at all. Fucking played Luigi's Balloon World so much that we were trying to find ways to get rid of coins.
Just buy the skeleton or whatever it is.
No, you fool, we bought everything we can. And we bought all the hints. Still so much money, we would buy one hint and then get 50 coins from a balloon someone couldn't find immediately after. It's like, oh no, all of our progress. I think next time it won't be Odyssey, I'm thinking, because even I'm starting to tire from that.
Somehow I doubt that, but alright.
That would be 100%
Like,
honest.
I'll believe that when I see it.
He's not interested in playing Puyo Tetris either. Makes me sad.
I mean, you have to be like a certain mood to play Puyo Tetris, because when I played it with like my friends on the weekend, it was around the point where like someone who like had only played Tetris and hadn't played Puyo was like being buried in Tetris blocks. So I was kind of like, I'm being a dick right now. And then David got involved, and then it was basically just became like who fucks up first.
I wish I had that kind of friendship with you.
I mean, the key there is that David is on the exact same skill level here as I am. Whereas you've gone off and learned all competitive skill strategy shit. That is true. You have to literally call them by their name and say, I don't know how, I need to look this up again. I need to look up how to do this again and all this, and it's kind of like,
oh man.
It's like, do you want to play me in Dragon Ball Fighters? I'll just fucking like stand back and bury you in lasers and see how far you get.
Roll spin hat throw canceling. Oh, I know the name of that. That means I can do it. You fool.
I mean, it's not even that. It's the fact that you looked it up and you can do it.
I can't do it. I cannot do GTR at all. I can't do stairs. The max chain I got when I did that endless Puyo was 4. There was a lot of ha going on there. For anyone who doesn't know, that's Fish Thing's one chain voice line.
I kept doing one chain when we played Puyo. It was fairly just so I could like just grind it's coming into everyone's minds. It worked. Because after a while, like they just began repeating "it's coming." Whenever.
If it became an inside joke, like it has for me, then by all means, I'm completely fine with that. I can see it. Oh, wait, it's coming as the 2 chain, isn't it?
Yeah, well, it was I can see it. There was both of them basically, because I just kept like alternating the pair of them in Tetris and in Puyo, and eventually they just began going like, Gavin, I can see it.
Did you play his Fish Thing?
No.
Did anyone play his Fish Thing?
David did.
God, David's the only good person in your friend group. Did you do the alt voice?
No, because I didn't have that.
Ah, I was gonna say, does he know you hate it, or did you keep that information from him?
I don't even remember hating it.
Well, quote, hate. Like a joke, uncomfortable kind of hate, you know?
Oh, okay.
Not like me and Cappy, obviously.
To be honest, I don't even remember what it sounds like.
Oh, step it up. Right.
That one. Yeah, like the weird like I'm sensual Elvis fish today.
So good.
Okay, yeah, I remember that now.
I had that voice on, and then Luke's dad came downstairs, and I'm like,
you just gotta like own up to it. Frank Kieran is like a very loud voiced man. When he came in, like he was just immediately doing banter, and he's like, "Well, I invite you to shut your fucking mouth," and something like that, just at his usual volume. And he walks into the kitchen. My mom's just looking at him, and he just kind of goes like, "Oh." We all began laughing to ourselves in the living room.
Shit.
And when he came back in, he was like, "Thanks, you pricks." We enjoyed, but I feel like there was something else I wanted to bring up, and I don't remember what.
Is it related
to like game news?
Gwent escapades?
No, it's game news. I forget.
They're releasing a new card game, and it's exactly the same as Gwent, or something, right?
Oh no, it's not a new card game. That's Condothier, which is basically just Gwent.
Oh wait, that's a board game, real life card game. I see.
Yeah.
See how I waited there? Tactics.
Well, he didn't wait, so fuck me, I guess. I'm just stuck here until this is over.
I mean, it was good, right?
Well, Condothier?
Did I get... No. I mean, maybe, but like, getting stuck on this side.
I guess, yeah.
Oh, no!
I love it when, like, the umbrella piece of shit is like, just buries himself inside the snake hitboxes and becomes literally invincible. because you just literally can't shoot him even though he's like visibly outside of their hitbox.
What the fuck is that?
He's done.
Alright, 3 eggs, that's manageable. Oh shit.
I mean, it would be if I had like any weapon other than this. Okay.
No!
Piece of shit. Oh.
Now that was close. Oh, I'm just kidding. The person. The person who, in my mind, I just tagged as Jam Bastion.
Oh yeah, there's something. Before we started, while I was like just killing time and waiting, I saw like Gobi Arenas on like the Turf War docket, and I was like, you know what, I'll just play that and see what it's like, so I haven't played on it. That's a good stage.
Check that out, chat.
Just a straight up good stage. 'Cause it's like pretty small and like compact, but like, you know, like the main fighting arena is actually like quite nice. Like lots of free space to move. Like there's 2 main pillars of cover. There's like 2 main, like technically 3 main directions people come from, but basically people only ever came from 2. And you know, you're basically just like right in each other's faces. It was pretty good. It was good fun. So yeah, Gobi Arena, good stage. Very nice.
Okay, hold on. Just... oh no! Come on!
Is the mind flooding happening?
Fuck off with that. I'm dead down
Oh,
there.
fuck me. I'm dead up the run. I think Nobel's even alive.
Wrong.
Wherever he is. Oh, okay, good.
That's on the fire button.
Oh, we're bones.
Yep. No, use your invincibility. No, use your invincibility frames. Win this in the game. Oh. God. Ow. It's about really. Alright. That should be it though.
Yeah, just about
Let's start at 300 next time though.
Nope.
No?
Nope, one more.
We need one more.
No, we're not at 1200 yet.
There we are.
No, we're not.
1,286.
1174.
How did that happen?
Did you go and play one ahead
I
of
did
me?
not.
I mean, like, the score discrepancy is so big, I don't see how.
And you get more eggs than I do.
Yeah.
Well, you want to call it there anyway?
Yeah,
I
sure.
mean, I kind of said it in my solo stream last time, but it's just like it used to be we only have 1,200 because you know that was when the reward stopped, and then it's like, oh, this is conveniently an hour, and then now it's just kind of like it gives us enough time to just talk about stuff while not talking too much, you know. So it's really kind of arbitrary.
Sometimes I feel like it's not enough time.
Well, do you have any more topics?
Not today, no.
Haha, I win. Yeah, we do kind of jump around the lobby a bit, but it's freestyling, whatever that means. Alright, so yeah, I mean, I don't know. When's the next salmon run? I'm bad at streaming. I kind of had something at the beginning of the year. Now I'm bad at it. 2 a.m. to 8 a.m. So we only have 4:18, which is in 2 days on a Wednesday, which is good because Tuesday and Thursday is too busy. Wait, is the other one on Thursday? I mean, I guess it could technically be on Thursday. Wait, yeah.
Could it also be on Friday, or?
Yeah, also on Friday. So
Okay.
either or. I mean, most likely Wednesday and Friday. If I'm being quite honest. And then that's it.
I basically won't be streaming anything until I have The Witcher dead and buried at this point. So, nothing from me.
When's Bookworm Adventures?
I don't know, that's your thing.
Nope, that's everyone's thing. Everyone bears the load.
I do have a game I want to stream, but that has to wait until I've cleared my plate.
Just looking at how I'm not actually on this thing. Okay. So that's that. I'm bad at for not streaming, but what time is it? Yeah, it's like 6. It's like 6. That's fine. I've only ever heard of Bookworm from Chris. Hey, didn't you hear of it from Donkey recently?
I don't think anyone here but you watches that.
That, he says. Great tweet. Someone in his comments has asked him to play Bookworm Adventures for like a year on every video.
Is it
It's
you?
not me, which makes it even funnier to me. Because I relate to that so much. Like, Novell and I have a mutual friend called Carl, and that's just kind of become a thing where I ask him to play Bookworm Adventures, so that was really funny. And then someone even added it at me. It's perfect. But yeah, Gavin will be streaming Bookworm Adventures soon. And that's that.
I mean, like, honestly, at this point, I'd sooner stream a Hat in Time, really.
But you say that as if it's a bad thing.